Hello and welcome back to Ultima 7, the Black Gate and Forge of Virtue. So, we are on Moonglow, and we just spoke to the barkeeper, and we're going to continue to travel around the island. Ooh, there's someone new, and see what else we can learn. You see a handsome, hardened, muscular man who, surprisingly, bears a friendly smile on his face. Name? I am called Adam, my lord. Job? I travel the world in search of rare and unique items to sell to museums. I am not a resident of Moonglow. What sort of items? I've found many odd artifacts. Many of the things thou hast seen in the music hall and the Lycaeum have been brought to them by me. Oh, we actually haven't been there yet. In fact, my lord, I have this unique crystal I found on the mainland near Jellum that I am hoping will fetch a fair price from Nelson. He pulls out a small, clear crystal and shows it to you. The facets gleam in the light. Nelson. He's in charge of the Lycaeum. He loves trinkets and rarities. Tell me about your travels. I've been all over Britannia, my lord. Nothing about the land frightens me any longer. He grins. The same is not true of some of the residents. The residents? 'Twas a joke, my lord. Okay. Are you talking about Moonglow? I'm afraid, my lord, that I know nothing about this fair city. I reside in U with my wife Penny, who is the trainer there. Oh, we've met your wife. Isn't she the one that flirts with the other trainer? I can't remember. Maybe we'll go back and check it out later. Actually, my lord, I have met two people here other than Nelson. Penny? She teaches close quarter combat. Everything I needed to know to survive on my journeys I learned from her. And who have you met? I've come to know the bartender and the healer. The healer? Elad is very generous. In fact, he is letting me sleep in one of his spare beds while I'm in town. His only charge, he laughs, is the stories I tell him about mine adventures. Not a bad trade, if I say so myself, he shrugs. And the bartender who we just met. Fiercey, that's right. Fiercey is quite friendly, but he does love to gossip. He's offered me a deal whereby I might earn free meals if I can discover why Nelson's assistant reacts differently to some man, or something like that. I'm not going to bother, but pray, do not tell Fiercey that. Okay. Alright, well, we gotta get going. May thy days be always pleasant, my lord. Okay, yeah, no, we read the only book in there. I forget where we came from. Oh, right, we came down here because we were at the farm. Unless that's a different farm, but I guess we'll find out. Locked. Let's unlock it. Ah, what is that anyways? Oh, a plate. Of course. How could I not see that? Ah, the healer. The man looks at you through smiling eyes. Name. Elad is my name, my lord. Job. I am the healer of the residents of this community. Tell me about the community. Moonglow is mine home. I've lived in this town for mine entire life, but I am weary of my life here. 'Tis time, I think, to move on. If only I did not have such strong ties here, he sighs sadly. There is a traveler visiting from you. He has seen many exciting things in Britannia. I enjoy listening to his many tales of adventure. What sort of ties? My patients here in Moonglow. Who will help them if not I? The traveler, we just met him. His name is Adam. While he's in town, I'm letting him stay in one of my beds. We don't need a heal. What do you know about the residents? There are many people in Moonglow. My father once told me that the town was much smaller during his time. In fact, he said that Moonglow used to be separate from the Lycaeum. Excuse me. But I digress. Thou dost ask about the people. I know most of the residents here. Dost thou want to know about the Lycaeum, the observatory, the fellowship, the farmers, the trainer, or the tavern? Well, let's just go reverse order here. Tavern. Fiercy tends the bar there. He's another good person with whom thou shouldst speak about the townspeople. I mean, he wasn't that helpful. However, he enjoys gossip and may be a bit single-minded. Oh, I see, yeah, because he kept redirecting back to... Oh, I don't remember who. Brian, I think it was. The trainer? The trainer is named Chad. I believe he specializes in swift, skillful fighting with knives and swords and such. See him if thou wishes to improve thy skills. Farmers? Cubalt owns the farm. He manages it with his younger brother, Tolemac, and their friend, Moors. I'm not positive, but I believe Tolemac recently joined the Fellowship. What do you think of the Fellowship? I know these people least of all. The branch opened here about 5 years ago under the direction of a man named Rankin. A few months ago, a clerk joined him. Her name is Belena. Okay, and what of the observatory? The head there is Brian. He's the twin of the head of the Lycaeum. I like him, although he and his brother are both a little eccentric. Eccentric? And the Lycaeum. The Lycaeum is run by a kind man named Nelson. His advisor is Zelda. Do not break any rules in her presence, or thou wilt receive a sharp reprimand. Jillian also studies there. She can teach thee many things, and do not worry about Mariah. She is harmless if thou wilt but leave her be. We checked job, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, bye. Leaving so soon, my lord? Very well. May thy journeys be filled with prosperity. He sighs. Suddenly his face brightens. Wait! Perhaps I could join thee. He quickly stands up, smiling. Then just as suddenly his smile fades. No, I cannot. I have far too many things to do. Too many people to care for. Perhaps in the future? He forces a smile. I hope when we meet next time, my lord, I will have the opportunity to join thee. Pleasant journey, my friend. I wonder why they did that. Such a tease. I would imagine it's trying to set him up as a party member in future games. Now, I've only played Ultima 7 Part 2. I've never played anything beyond that, so I don't know if he shows up again, but I don't think he does. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Anyways, we're definitely going to take his bandages. Oh, she can't fit anymore. Okay, Ceramide. Lockpicks I don't really need, but I'll take, 'cause I'll probably need them eventually. Yeah, no, we definitely don't need. Arg! Speaking of lockpicks, broke. Need the gold. Oh. Okay. Let's have a read. Only 3. Oh, they didn't check the desk. Nothing exciting. The Art of Field Dressing by Creston, forward by Lady Lee. I believe we have read this. The Apothecary's Desk reference by... I believe we've read this as well. Yes, because it's just the potions. And we have read this. Bonus. Alright, let's keep moving. Sure. Oh, something's here. I forget what gremlins I think those are. What do they give us? A couple of leeks and a banana. Not even worth it. Topiary. I don't know what a topiary is. But they look pretty cool. Okay, which one is this? The observatory or the Lycaeum? Here's someone. Oh, it's one of the twins. Okay, I'm going to give them the same voice, I think. You see a scholarly-looking man with a friendly expression. Which one are you? Why, thou mayst call me Brian. Brian, so we are at the observatory? I am the head of the observatory here in Moonglow, he says proudly. This is where the telescope is kept. Let's save that. That's a quest prompt. So let's go through the others first. Tell me about Moonglow, Brian. Why, I love living here in Moonglow. I very much like the people here. The people? Hast thou spoken with my twin, Nelson? He heads the Lycaeum, or Elad? And surely thou knowest about the mage, Penumbra. Penumbra? That should be a familiar name to us, and no one has mentioned her yet. Penumbra. Thou hast not heard? Why, 200 years ago she put herself to sleep. Okay, no follow-up on that. Alright. Elad. Poor Elad. He sometimes joins me at night to view the heavens. He's been trying to leave Moonglow for many years. He likes the island, but is filled with wanderlust. Probably wanderlust. He smiles. Nelson. I do not see him as often as I would like, for we are so heavily involved with our work. He will be easy to recognize shouldst thou see him, for people tell us we look identical. I do not see it, of course, for not only was he born with the brains, but also the handsome face. Oh, that's kind of you. Telescope? I have it upstairs, of course. Thou art welcome to use it as often as thou wishest. In fact, I also have an orrery, shouldst thou desire to see that as well. An orrery? The orrery? Why, 'tis a model of all the planets in our solar system, including the 2 moons of Britannia. The orrery moves to match the actual current orbits of our real system. I'm very excited, for shortly a very rare event will occur. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What is it? Thou art referring to what we in the business call the astronomical alignment. The planets and the moons will all line up perfectly, something that happens only once in every 800 years. Oh, and that's all you got for us, eh? So that is obviously the event to which the Wisps were referring, and maybe the Time Lord. I can't remember if the Time Lord spoke to us about it as well. He probably did. That's all you got for us, eh? Oh, there we go. Before thou dost depart, let me show thee a few of my trinkets. Here is my sextant, kite, crystals, nothing, moon. Let's go with crystals, since what's his name mentioned those earlier. This, he says, presenting a collection of crystals that seem to be attached in some indeterminable fashion, is an orrery viewer. It permits one to see mine orrery here from anywhere in Britannia. He seems thoughtful. I know thou cannot stay around here to see the alignment. Wouldst thou like to have this, to view mine orrery and better predict the planet's position? Yes? He smiles proudly. I thought thou wouldst. However, there is one problem. I still need one more crystal to completely finish the viewer. If thou wouldst visit the tavern, thou mightest find one of the merchants or travelers there who sometimes provide me with crystals. Yeah, we did already. If thou canst find another crystal, I will be able to give thee the completed viewer. Okay. How about your moon? This represents one of the moons that orbit Britannia. He hands the model to you. Taking it, you quickly realize that it is made up entirely of green cheese. I carved it myself, he says as you return it to him. Okay, sextant. He hands you a solid gold sextant. This has been passed on to each and every individual who has ever held a position at the observatory here in Moonglow. 'Tis more than 200 years old. He beams as you return it to him. Okay, and how about your kite? He shows you a kite. I made this myself by reading one of the books in my brother's library. Okay, that's it then. Bye. Good day, my lord. Thou mayest use mine observatory as often as thou wishest. Okay, so truth be told, I don't really remember the significance of the aura reviewer, which we'll hopefully complete and get from him. And using the telescope, we will check it out while we're here. But I don't think there's much like actionable that comes out of it. I know that, you know, that's like the deadline for the Guardians coming to Britannia, but I don't think that actually moves independent of what you do. So I don't think we're under any actual time crunch to do it. So I don't. Anyways, looks like we got a lot of reading to do. Oh, and here's an orrery. And we can't view anything. Alright, we got some time left. Yeah, let's do some reading. Alright, we'll start on the left. Top shelf first. Lord British, the biography of Britannia's longtime ruler. I think, yeah, we have read this. Let's go here. Murder by Mongbat by J. Dial. This extraordinary work depicts an enthralling but far too gory thriller. Chapter after chapter describes innovative, impressive ways to disembowel people and animals. Lovely. Oh, I didn't even realize the sound that the orrery makes. And then there was Karen by B. MacDay. Within the pages of this tome are words that relate to the story of how one man's life was changed by a woman, both during their relationship and after. The tale is bittersweet, but both survive to become happier people with better outlooks on their lives. Well, that's nice. Ringworld by Larry Niven. Herein lie the worlds that tell of adventures to be had in the space between Britannia and the heavens. The work, although fictional, preposes that there are many undiscovered lands that lie between Britannia and other suns. The intrinsic complexities of investigating a new species of flora in the land of Britannia by Perrin. This scientific journal describes, with examples, the processes by which one studies plant life. The book is divided into multiple sections, one for the layman, one for the hobbyist, and one for the learned scholar, and includes a warning about the difficulties of gathering specimens from the poisonous swamps. Is that one? Yeah. 13 Months in a Year by Uralin. This epic details a long, fierce war between swords and spells in a fictional land called Corellithra. The story revolves around a family of sorcerers. In an attempt to usurp his father's power, the youngest brother forms an evil plot of patricide and must be stopped by an outside group of sellswords. You know what? I do want to read this because, yeah, I'm not totally sure if we have read this one. It does ring a bell, but I want to read it with a little bit more insight now. While many may remember that Lord British was once but one of 8 monarchs back when the lands were known as Caesarea, few are aware that he is not even a native of our own lovely Britannia. His origin is from another world, one from which he entered ours by way of a red moon gate. In fact, it is through this same type of gate that the Avatar of legend purportedly enters Britannia. As ruler of one of the 8 kingdoms, he was instrumental in selecting a champion to face Mondain, Minos, and Exodus, which I believe are Ultimas 1, 2, and 3. When the terrible machine Exodus was defeated, 'twas Lord British behind whom all the people of Caesarea rallied. The unified land became known as Britannia, with Lord British as the sole monarch. Though never let it be said he rules with a tyrannical hand, his reign has always been one of truth, love, and courage, supported by his utmost belief in the 8 virtues. It was Lord British who had the insight to call forth a quest for the Avatar, whom also happened to be the champion from the days of Caesarea, and who gave prosperity and happiness unto the people. Then came his mysterious disappearance, when the stranger who became the Avatar was called by his companions to aid in the search for the lost monarch. Ultima 4, I believe. Note how Lord Blackthorn, affected by the Shadow Lords, quickly turned Britannia's fair lands into a place of terror, but find our noble Lord the Avatar did, and Britannia was restored its former peaceful state. Then came the gargoyles, and our honorable sovereign thoughtfully requested the return of the Avatar. That's Ultima 6. 5 must have been in there too, and I missed it. Cool. Okay, let's bang off the rest of these. The Day It Didn't Work by R. Allen G. This collection of essays details the difficulties in overseeing a group of well-meaning misfits in a mechanical environment, especially when the overseer is a misfit as well. No One Leaves by R. Allen G., the sequel to The Day It Didn't Work. This short tome offers insight to why... Is there such a thing as a short tome? Aren't tomes by nature like big, heavy encyclopedia-like manuals? That's what I think of when I hear tome. Anyways, this short tome offers insight to why new mechanical contraptions don't always function at the time agreed upon between mechanician and overseer, despite how constructed they may appear. In addition, the work discusses how to handle presenting the complaints to the tinkerers who worked on them, and how to persuade them to finish the work regardless of how tired they are and how late in the evening it is. A Complete Guide to Britannian Minerals Precious. We have read that. Black Moon, Red Day. This novel is set in a 13 months in a year's Corellithra. The story describes an epic struggle of a man against nature as shifting celestial bodies cause violent changes in the land. In the end, only the mighty supernatural abilities of a sorceress family can prevent global destruction. 2 more. How the West Was by Euclidia. This tome of history, see that sounds better, a tome of history, tracks the geography of Britannia from the early centuries to more recent times. The included maps provide a level of detail never before seen in a work of this nature. In addition, the short chapter on once important virtues reveals their source from the broader tenets of truth, love, and courage. And last one. Follow the Stars by Lornan. This is a guidebook for navigation with most of the pages illustrating various constellations and heavenly bodies. The final sections contain maps useful to any ship, mate, or captain. Okay, so let's see if we can, finish off in here before we end the episode. Oh, right, I forgot about this. I can't open the door. Why not? There we go. And, okay, so I believe this is where the telescope is. And obviously we can't get across. However, there's a switch there, and I bet that switch is going to lower the drawbridge for us. So let's use, I think for the first time, telekinesis. Hell yeah! It's kind of ominous. Nothing says friendly welcome like a harpy. made of stone. And the observatory. Pretty cool. I don't know enough about the universe to know what any of these are, other than this is Britannia, I guess, as a planet, and these are, I think anyways, and these are the moons that orbit it, or us. Planet. Do we get any different description? No. Double clicking on them doesn't do anything. Okay, let's see.
Go away.
I don't want to go away. Excuse me.
Go away.
What if I sit?
Go away.
Why doesn't the Guardian want me to look at the, can we do this? At the crystal ball. No, we can't. Okay, so as I said, I don't think there's anything actually actionable about this. I think it's just a cool thing that they made for the game. But I could be wrong. We'll discover more as we go. Let's check out the other side. But if I remember correctly, there's not really much in here. Okay, we got some more reading to do. Ah, the telescope. That must be down stairs. Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we call it here, and we'll pick back up next time doing some reading and checking out the telescope, and I guess probably heading over to the Lycam. See you then.